Hey guys, welcome to another video in Techarinos coding. Today we're going to be going over the math functions in code.org. So we're in the game line right now, and then we go to this math part in the toolbox, and we have the different math operators over here. So we're only going to be going over the very basic ones here. In next video we're going to be going over these more complex ones. So let's get right into it. So I have my little console.log block here, and we're going to be logging a variable, we're going to be logging two numbers that are going to be adding to each other. So 6 plus 5, and let's run that. So we are getting the output here, which is of course 11. So you can just enter that anywhere you want in your code, where you want to add two different numbers. And there's another way you can use this, is we can do x plus y, and then we can go to variables, and we're going to drag two different variables out here. Let's rename this to y. Let's do 7 plus 10. Let's run this code, and we are getting an output of 17. So anytime in your code when you want to add two variables or add two numbers, you can always use this. But you don't only need to use integers, you can also use strings. So let's do Bob here, and this is called string concatenation. What that basically is you're going to be adding two different strings into you're going to be basically adding two different strings is basically what it is. And then we can run that bit of code. Hello, my name is Bob. So that's basically the adding function, and let's get right into minus. So let's drag this out. Same thing here, you can't exactly add these two, so let's do, oh, I guess that's okay, and let's just pull it out, and let's do 20 minus 10, and this only works with integers because you can't actually add strings. So let's run that code again. So yeah, so this is basically subtracting, and then this little thing over here is multiplication. I know it's an asterisk. Asterisks are also used in multiplication, so that's basically the multiplying operator here in code.org. So let's do 5 times 6. Okay, let's run that bit of code, and we are getting 30 here in the console. So now we're going to be going over the division operator right now. Okay, so we're going to be going to the division operator, divide operator of course, and then let's put that right in there. And yeah, so let's do a very simple 100 divided by 10. We can run that code. We are getting the output of 10. So 10 is the output of this right here. Now we also have the equality operator, or I just like to call it double equals too. You've seen us use that in the last few videos, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Just testing whether if two values are the same, and that is a boolean. So let's do if 5 is equal to 5, run true. It's running the true. And let's say if we make this 5 is equal to 9, it's false. So that's basically the equality operator. And then this right here is basically that, but it's testing if it's not equal to. So if so let's do 5 is not equal to 6, then it should output true. If 5 is equal to 6, then it should output false. So it's obviously true here. And then if 5 is equal to 5, it's giving false. So 5 is not. So since 5 is equal to 5, then it's not equal to 5, I guess. And then let's go over the greater than operator. If you're familiar with math, all of this just comes naturally to you. Only these two might confuse you a bit, but we're going to be going over that in a bit. So if you want, you can skip ahead these other ones, but yeah. So this is the greater than operator. So it's going to be testing if two values are either greater than or less than. So, or it's actually going to be a boolean value. So if 5 is greater than 6, it's going to be running out true, and if it's not, it's going to be running out false. So since 5 is definitely greater than 1, it should be running out true. So we can do the same with less than operator. So if 1 is less than 22, it should run true. Well, 1 is less than -5, it's false. So this is kind of how you can use these basic commands. So these basic commands, like this, is you can use it in code to, you know, multiply two values and things like that. Here it's kind of just testing things, and if it's usually used in if loops, while loops, and for loops. You can watch our last video on that, and then we're going to be going over this. So greater than and equal to. If you read it from left to right, it's kind of, you can kind of get why it's written like that. It's greater than and equal to. So it's the same thing. 5 is greater than 6. It's greater than 3. It's going to be running true. And 5 is greater than 5. So it's going to be running true because it is equal to 5. So it's the same thing with the less than block. You can try that on your own. You know, I encourage you during this video, pause it, and then you can kind of see, you can kind of play around with the code. And yeah, so now we're in the very confusing part. This is the AND. So if both of these booleans are true, then whatever code is inside it will run. So let's do, so this is kind of where you would use this, or these blocks inside this. So let's say if 5 is equal to 5, and if 7 is not equal to 9, then it should log as true. But let's say if we change this value to 5 is not equal to 9, we get false. So that's the AND operator. It's a double, so that's basically AND operator. Then this here with the two lines here is the OR. So if either of these values in these two parameters are true, then it will, oh, in our case it'll log it, but usually it will run whatever code is in that if block or while loop, something like that, right? So let's do if, let's use this. So if 77 is greater than or equal to 66, which obviously it's not, then we'll have, let's see, less than 3, 6, 9, right, so it's true. So yeah, so that's basically this. You won't be using this in our code. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned.